Hey, how's it going? Johnny in the Wild. Got another video for you. This one might be my most important video I've done so far. We're talking about 72-hour bags, also known as bugout bags or SHTF bags. I'll let you look that up. So what we have here is a bag of mine. It's about 20, 25 liters, and it's water resistant. It's the reason I kind of got it. It looks a little bit tactical, but it's not overly tactical. Um, when choosing a bag and you want to get out of the area you're in to a safer place, get to a new location, or just avoid civil unrest or something, you have to be very careful with what type of bag you pick because, in the case of civil unrest, if you have like a camouflage military bag and you look like you know what you're doing, that might attract like some unwanted attention. Anyways, generally speaking, when you're doing a bag like this, you want to be concerned with water first and foremost, shelter, food, medical, and some sort of self defense against animals, elements, not really elements, but animals and like maybe other people that are trying to like mess with your stuff. So it does happen when crisis does show up and people act kind of crazy. And I should say that this is not a comprehensive list. Um, this is just what I threw together in about 20 minutes. You definitely want to put more thought into it than this, but these are some of the basics that I found were essential. So, in no particular order, you'd want to move that out of the way. You'd want to have, no matter what time of year, you'd want a decent hat for colder weather. Because even though when it's, 90 degrees Fahrenheit or like mid 30s Celsius during the day, sometimes it can drop pretty low and you'll be cold and trying to sleep is not fun. So definitely bring a hat. As far as water goes, I like to bring a Sawyer Mini. I have like 3 bags in here, so one is dirty, 2 are clean, and then there's this syringe right here that you can back flush it. The Sawyer Mini is very compact, very efficient, and I think it does something like 100,000 gallons when properly maintained. First aid kit, you've probably seen this in previous videos. I'm not going to pull it apart again, but certain things like pen, markers to write down, mark stuff, and even a decent tourniquet in case you need it or in case someone else needs it. But a good medical kit is very, very important. It's a little random, but I like to bring a power bank because if I'm going to be traveling, for example, I don't know, 80 kilometers, that would probably take me 16 to 20 hours to walk. So this will help me keep my devices charged so that I can communicate with others, let them know where I am, if there's any issues, blah, blah, blah. I do like to carry my silky saw. This is my folding saw. I don't typically put an axe in my 72-hour bag because it's very heavy and it's cumbersome. Um, I like a saw because you can cut off a branch and do the old trick where you can actually split wood with a saw. That's probably like another video, but essentially what you do is if this is the branch, cut halfway down on the top, cut halfway down on the bottom here, and you just strike it and it should split. It's a very helpful tool. This one I got off of Amazon for not much. Um, I think it was $10 or something. It's a kind of like a crank radio, so you don't really have to do anything with a power supply. You just crank her up, and it does have a little bit of solar, but that's kind of a gimmick. That'll take like 8 years to charge it. But yeah, you do have weather stations, FM, AM, and you even have a flashlight, which is pretty cool. So it's pretty small, and if you're dealing with a crisis, like a little bit of rock and roll might help your mood. Wet wipes. I've talked about this in many videos. Good thing of wet wipes, saves the day, and it's way better than hauling around toilet paper, because if you get wet weather or you get into like a water source, fall into a river or something, all your toilet paper is just junk. You may as well just throw it at your best friend. Duct tape, and then also like some random cables for the uh, power power bank. Can't talk. I would bring some food. Now this is just something I just threw together. I'd probably bring a lot more, but like protein bars, something sweet, some dried fruit, another protein bar, energy bar, blah blah blah. This is just easy to eat on the go. Um, I do actually bring meals. I'll get into that in a second. Um, Emergency blanket, always good to bring. This I kind of thought of, and I added at the last second. It's a emergency candle. This will actually run approximately 50 hours, 50. So that's pretty impressive. In case you get really bad weather, cold weather, something, you can keep yourself warm with that. Um, I like to bring my jet boil stash, because as you can see, it's very small. There's a fuel bottle and another very small fuel bottle. They weigh like something like 100 grams. Yeah, so it's like nothing. And I have two of those. But that way, if you filter some water, treat some water, which I'll get to, you can boil water and you can cook up a freeze dried meal, which don't weigh that much. It's about 100 grams. It's about the weight of one of those fuel tanks. So nice. So these are pretty cool because they're packed with calories and they're compact, and they last like a very long time. So um, I thought these were a good idea, because if you're dealing with a crisis, then sometimes a warm meal can really like turn things around. But yeah, I got a shepherd's potato stew with beef. I got lasagna with meat sauce. I got yellow curry in case you're constipated. And I brought a breakfast, a random breakfast. Granola with bananas and milk. That sounds good. And we're almost done. I also like to bring my survival kit, because everything's not everything, but a lot of things are um, already in this tight space. So if you haven't checked out the other video, checked out my survival kit video. But this basically has like a bivy sack, ferro rod, um, Swiss Army knife, paracord, compass, Fresnel lens, Bic lighter, and that Bic lighter has a lot of survival stuff attached to it as well. So you can do pretty well when you condense things and kind of include all the things that you need in like a small package. And then on the top of this pack, I have a headlamp. The headlamp is rechargeable, and then I have some Bic lighters and some fire starter. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the pack. I should mention, like I mentioned before, this isn't comprehensive, and this is kind of assuming that I'll have a certain amount of things that I normally carry on myself, anyways, uh, like Leatherman, pocket knife, wallet, keys. cell phone, just stuff like that. So, but anyways, do your research. I'd highly recommend you make one yourself. And actually, a lot of people will actually keep this in their vehicle because if they're up in the mountains somewhere and their truck goes off the road or like it breaks down and you're like 10 kilometers from your place, you can grab your pack and stay alive and just walk home if like there's no reception or something like that. But anyways, thanks for stopping by. Take care. Stay safe.